Everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Now I know that I'm standing between you and your dinner, and I'm going to try not to take too long. As I was sitting there next to Amy Blackburn, I was chopping up my speech so that I wouldn't take up too much of your time. I think everybody before me has pretty much said what's important and what should be said. I usually give a few stories from the bench that are near and dear to the community. I'm not going to do that today. I just want to take a few minutes to address the students that are here tonight and the community members that are here tonight. You see, I'm from this community as well. And I grew up in the same neighborhood that many of you grew up in. And I'm from the same neighborhood that many of you live in today. I grew up in the east side of Dearborn, in the area called the South End, near the Rouge plant. I'm sure I love the South End. My parents immigrated to this country close to 50 years ago. And my neighborhood has always been considered a low-income neighborhood. And if you ask anybody from the South End, regardless if our neighborhood was viewed low-income, we always felt rich. Now, the South End has produced many successful individuals, including several business owners, doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, dentists. Several of them are my friends. It's a great place to grow up. I can't tell you how proud I am to be from there. My parents still live in the South End today. When I go down and visit them, it brings back all the warm memories of when I was growing up there as a child. Now, the true testament of being a South Ender is no matter where we go, we always give support to one another. So regardless of who's running for something, who opens a business, whether it's an event at Salina School, we always make sure we show up. We're all proud of you. Now, my parents came to America hoping to make a better life for themselves and for their children. And while their education was very minimal, to say the least, they made sure that their children were educated. They made sure to instill in both myself and my siblings that we have roots that we must be proud of and a heritage that we must never forget. But all the while, they made sure that we understood that we are Americans and that America is our country. They insisted that we had to get involved and get organized in order to make the world a better place. If you look around at most of the officials that are here tonight, they all have a story. They are either children of immigrants or married to the child of an immigrant. They're either African American, Italian American, Hispanic American, Polish American, Irish American, and more. And that's right, just like so many of you, they came from somewhere else, or at least their parents did. And everyone here in this great country is here for the same reason, to live the American dream. To those of you who are from this community, from my community, realize that the American dream is for you. It's for everyone that makes up the fabric of this country. It's for everyone who wants to make a difference of the world, and I'm living proof of that. This November election is a historical election, as you've already heard. Every time a new president is about to be elected is actually a historical election, but this time is a little different. For the first time ever, the country will realize that either an African American president, or for the first time ever, this country will realize a female is a vice president. I can't tell you who to vote for, especially as a judge, but I like change. By going out to the polls, you will participate in the electoral process and you will cast a vote for somebody that you believe will make a difference. I can't emphasize how important it is that you go out. Your vote will make history and it will make a difference. So please participate. And I know that you've heard a lot about who to vote for president, but please don't forget the nonpartisan side of the ballot. There's several of us who are running on that ballot. Some of us are unopposed, some of us are opposed, some of them are running for open circuit court seats. There's a district court seat up this year too. Well, it's not up. I have to say, my good friend Jeff Summer is running for district court. Don't forget to get out and vote for the judges as well. It's a very important election. Read the entire ballot. It's important. And to the youth of our community, all I can say is take a long, hard look at the electoral process this year. And please realize that It's efforts like groups like YPAC, and YPAC really does come out and get the block vote. I must say that YPAC, when they endorse you, they just don't endorse you. They just don't endorse you, they actually deliver. And if they endorse you, you can guarantee that you're going to get a block of this community. So I say to the youth that get organized, get involved, and understand that if you belong to groups like YPAC in our community, one day your name may appear on the ballot as well, just like mine does this November.
Assalamu alaikum. Before I introduce our next guest speaker, and he's a lifelong Dearborn resident, I want to acknowledge several people in the audience. Wasim Mahfouz from the County Executive Office, Hassan Jabir from Access, KJD from the Chamber, Muhammad Isa from Bridge Academy. And the next speaker, he's not only the treasurer of the Michigan Republican Party, he's a lifelong Dearborn resident. He went to Dearborn schools, he went to U of MMD. The next speaker is Karl Myers. Thank you.
Well, this might be a lonely crowd for a Republican to come up and speak tonight, but I prepared a few notes, but I'm going to put them over here and I'm going to speak from the heart. Mike Cox, a great Republican Attorney General, I think said it all about what we stand for and what we believe in, but I too am a member of this community. I grew up in this community. I'm a lifelong Dearborn resident, and I've got the same shared Dearborn experience with many of you folks. I too have lived in an upper flat in East Dearborn, and I remember those summer nights when it was 80 or 85 degrees up there. But all kidding aside, I'm here to thank you for your support in the past. We've done great things together. I'm here to commend you. I'm here to commend you for getting involved, embracing the American experience that so many other folks out there take for granted. You're taking time out of your day today to embrace that experience, to learn more about the candidates, to learn what they stand for, where they're going, and where you want this country to go. But I'm also here today to challenge you. I'm here to challenge you not to just listen to what leadership says about who to vote for, not to open People magazine and see who's the most stylish candidate, not to read the editorial column of the Detroit News or the Detroit Free Press, but to learn and decide for yourself. Explore the candidates that are running. Explore them. Know what they stand for on the issues. Don't get caught up in the aurora of voting for someone that is a cult figure, and Barack Obama is a cult figure, but know why you're voting for him. Know his issues. Now, are you for someone that wants to spread the wealth around? Are you for someone that wants smaller or bigger government? Are you for someone that wants more government in your life or less government in your life? Get to know those issues.